Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Bilal, agriculture wala. To thank you for joining me today. I am having focused conversation with AI on a very practical topic: how to deal with custom and use to improve. This topic is important because a system is something we will all face, and learning how to handle it wisely can help us grow, improve ourselves and become more confident. So let's bring and explore the topic in the depth with Maya. So let's start it. Take a second.
Hey, hey,
Assalamu alaikum Maya.
I'm Maya, and you are Bilal Agriculture Wella, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Today I am having focused conversation with you on a practical topic: how to deal our custom and use it to improve. So let's start. My first question: what does custom mean in simple world?
Okay, focusing on questions. Good. You want to know what a question means in simple terms? It's just a way of asking for information, a request for knowledge, really. It's how we learn and understand things. Does that land? It sounds like you're wanting to talk about how to approach problems or challenges, though. Is that right?
What does customs mean in simple world?
Ah, Christmas. In simple terms, it's a holiday celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. But
No,
it's become a lot more than that for many people.
not Christmas. This is
No?
Christicism.
Gotcha. Criticism. My bad, I totally misread that. So, you want to talk about how to deal with criticism? Okay. In simple terms, criticism is someone expressing an opinion about something you've done, and it's not always positive. It can be tough to hear, but it can also be helpful. Is that a good starting point?
Why do people criticize other?
Okay, you're asking why people criticize others. There are a lot of reasons, honestly. Sometimes it's about control, making themselves feel superior. Sometimes it's insecurity, projecting their own flaws onto someone else. Sometimes it's just a clumsy attempt to be helpful, even if it doesn't come across that way. And sometimes people just aren't thinking and say things without considering the impact. Does any of that resonate?
What is the difference between constructive and destructive criticism?
All right, constructive versus destructive criticism. Constructive criticism is meant to help you improve. It's specific, focused on the behavior or work, not on you as a person, and it offers suggestions for change. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is vague, personal, and meant to tear you down. Doesn't offer solutions, just negativity. Does that make sense? Think of it like this: constructive criticism builds, destructive criticism breaks.
Why does criticism hurt emotionally?
That's a really good question. You mean, why does criticism, even if it's not meant to be destructive, still hurt emotionally? It taps into a few things. First, humans are social creatures. We crave acceptance and belonging. Criticism can feel like rejection. It also activates our threat response like a primal warning signal. Even if logically, it's not a physical threat, your brain can interpret it as one. And finally, it can trigger past experiences of being judged or hurt. Does that sound about right?
Why is feedback important for personal growth?
Good question. Feedback is crucial for personal growth because it gives you information you wouldn't otherwise have. It's like a mirror, shows you how others perceive you and your work. Helps you identify blind spots, areas for improvement, and strengths you might not even realize you have. Without feedback, it's hard to know where to focus your energy for growth. Basically, it accelerates learning. It's not always easy to hear, but it's almost always valuable.
What should someone do immediately after receiving criticism?
Whoa. Hold on a sec. You said you're going to cut a shoot to Zoom? That sounds a little concerning. Are you talking about filming something? Or are you saying something else entirely? Helpful. I just want to make sure I understand what's going on before we continue this conversation.
What should someone do immediately after receiving criticism?
Ah, okay. Now I understand. You meant narcissism, not a shoot to Zoom. Sorry for the confusion. So, someone has exhibited narcissistic behavior towards you, and you're asking what to do immediately after. First, take a breath. It's normal to feel shaken, confused, or angry. The most important thing is to protect your own emotional well-being. Try not to react immediately and don't get drawn into an argument. Let's acknowledge what happened and then create some space physically or emotionally between you and that person. Does that sound like a reasonable first step?
When is it better to ignore criticism?
Okay, you're asking about when it's better to ignore racist remarks? That's a really complex question, and honestly, it's not always easy to answer. Generally speaking, ignoring racism doesn't make it go away, and it can actually enable it. However, there are times when directly confronting it might put you in danger or be emotionally exhausting. If you're in a situation where your safety is at risk or you simply don't have the energy to engage, it's okay to disengage. Prioritize your well being. But if you can safely address it by calling it out, reporting it, or simply stating that it's unacceptable, that's often the better course of action. It's a judgment call, really, and it's valid to choose what feels safest for you. Does that make sense?
What is your final advice for anyone who wants to deal with criticism positively and use to improve?
Okay, final advice for dealing with criticism positively. I'd say reframe it as information, not an attack. Assume the best intent, even if it's delivered poorly. Ask clarifying questions to understand the criticism fully. Then focus on what you can learn from it, not on defending yourself. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Growth takes time, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's a skill, and it takes practice.
Okay, thank you for your time. Inshallah, we will be back with a new video topic. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. I
Thank you so much. Criticism, when handled wisely, can become one of our greatest teachers. I hope this conversation helped everyone turn feedback into growth and self-improvement. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow for the more meaningful content. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.